Hi guys, welcome to my Teardrop backbend tutorial. Before you start training your Teardrop backbend, you need to have a very good bridge with your shoulders over top of your hands like this. You also need to have a good standing backbend and standing back up as well. Please make sure to warm up a bit before you start. I started with some tumbling today. So we're going to start with some spider crawls. These are really great for building strength and coordination while also warming up your back bends. We're going to do them forward and backwards here. These should have your legs burning. Next we're going to do gymnastics back bends, so just do as many as you feel like you can while keeping proper form. For gymnastics back bends, we want to squeeze our glutes and we want to lead with our hands. Whereas with contortion back bends, you often stick your butt out and then bend backwards. So it's a bit different, but I want you to squeeze your glutes for this warm-up, just so that we are warming up the glutes and protecting the lower back. So towards the end here, my form starts to go into a little bit like a contortion back bend, so I switched. This is a contortion back bend for anyone who may be wondering. There's nothing wrong with doing contortion back bends, but I do think it's important to know how to do them both ways. Up next we have bridge rocks, so we're just putting our feet and our hands close together and we're leaning our chest forward and then rocking back. For these, you can see that I am slowly starting to step my feet closer to my hands as I get more comfortable and more stretchy. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into our lunge, and we're going to try to keep our hips square. So if you don't know what that means, here's not square hips, and here's square hips. Not square, square. And as we're holding this stretch, you can slowly start to put your knee down and bend backwards whenever your back feels ready and your hips feel ready. So my body was actually feeling pretty tight today, but I do think that is the best kind of day to make a tutorial, because then I will take my time with these exercises even more than usual. And we're switching to the other side. Guys, I actually have a really hard time getting myself to train lunges and train splits even. I just do not find them fun. So if anyone has any tips or ideas on how to make them more fun, let me know. And we're going to go ahead and arch back whenever you're ready. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and come out of it and forward fold. Guys, as we get into the deeper back bends, please make sure that anytime you need to, you just stop the video and do a forward fold. Okay, so for this next one, we're going to go ahead and lift a leg up, and we're going to keep it in stag. So here I'm actually going to let you let your hips not necessarily be 100% square, and we're just going to try to get that back bend as deep as we can. And go ahead and move on to the other side. I like to kind of pull my head forward as if I'm going into a chest stand for these. I find it really helps me warm up. And we are going to go ahead and move on to arch ups. One of my best tips that I can give for contortion is to just take an extremely long time with your warm up. So even if it's something that's pretty easy for you, I think it's important to really drag out your warm up to avoid injury. And we're going to hold our seal stretch for a moment. So here I'm really doing what feels best for my body, so if you feel like you need to spend a little longer on any stretches or even less time, you can go ahead and pause the video and just do it however feels right for you. I'm going to do a few rolls into seal stretch. So I didn't feel like I needed to do this one too long, so I did go ahead and move on to my back extensions with my legs. Please remember, it's so important to not only stretch but also strengthen. You want strength in your end range of your skills, or you're going to end up with injuries. Again, please don't forget to forward fold if your back starts feeling too tense or crampy. Next, we're going to grab a block or go near some stairs or a couch, and we're going to put our feet up and go up into bridge. And after I get situated here, I'm going to go ahead and do bridge rocks, where I lean my head towards the block and then back away. And next we're going to go ahead and do the opposite. We're going to do a bridge with our hands on the block. So this is going to hit more of our upper and our middle back and our shoulders as well. So we're going to go ahead and bend our arms, head goes down towards the floor, and then push to straight. And I don't know about you, but this gives my back a really nice crack when I first started. And when your legs get a little too tired to keep squatting down like that, we're going to go ahead and just hold our bridge with straight arms, straight legs. Really try to get those shoulders over those hands. You can see me adjusting to try to fix my shoulders. Just a reminder to front bend when you need to. Remember, I am not in your body. I can teach you everything I know, but I cannot tell you when your back is cramping up. So please make sure you front bend. So for this next one, we're going to lift from bridge and lift our arms up and just try to get a quick second there with your legs straight, wherever it feels comfortable. And as you can see, as I keep doing this exercise, I'm going to slowly start placing my hands closer and closer to my feet as they are comfortable to do so. This exercise is really helpful for building the strength and the balance that you need to hold your teardrop back bend, because I know that that is extremely hard in the beginning. At the end here, we're just going to hold a really close bridge, so hands and feet very close, and hold. Next, we're going to go ahead and hold our back bend without hands. So this is getting pretty tricky now. Please do have your arms out and ready to catch your head if you're new to this exercise, but I can put my hands up because I know that I will not fall. And then, even more advanced, if you can start moving around. You can do squats like this. This actually, balance-wise, may actually be harder than a teardrop back bend, depending who you are. But this is an exercise that I found really improved my teardrop back bend, so I'm still going to put it before the actual teardrop back bend in this video. Just please remember, when you're first starting this, please have your hands ready to catch your head. So if you've made it this far, I think you are ready to go ahead and try to hold it. So we're going to go into it really nice and slow. We go into our bridge, we walk our hands closer, and we hold it. We're going to slowly start going to grab one ankle, then the other. Once you get really good at it, you're going to ideally grab both ankles at the same time, straight from a back bend. But this is the way that I learned it, and I think it is an easier way as a beginner. So when you first get your teardrop back bend, it's probably going to look like this. Legs are super bent, arms are super bent. It's pretty hard to push up all the way, so it's totally okay. Just try to grab your ankles and then go to bridge, ankles, then bridge, and do what you need to do. When you're first starting, I would worry more so about trying to hold it as long as you can than about trying to straighten your legs perfectly right away. Once you're ready, you're going to go into it and you're going to start to slowly straighten your legs. So I don't want you to straighten them all the way right away. I want you to go very nice and slowly. This should take like a period of a few weeks or months or maybe even years, depending on your flexibility level, but then you will work your way up to all the way straight legs. And that is it. Remember, these things take a lot of time. I do want to show you real quick. This is actually my favorite entrance into chest stand. And I find it a lot easier to get into chest stand this way, and then you can roll around and you can do all sorts of things. So I really like teardrop backbends. They're one of my favorite skills. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really liked this video, but don't go yet because you need to front bend. Please don't forget to front bend after back bending, and please also make sure that you are training abs. If you are training back bending, you should be training your abs as well. You don't want to get all weird in your posture and all uneven with your muscles. It's not good. It's going to end up hurting you. So make sure that you're training evenly by also training abs, whether you do it today or maybe tomorrow is abs day. That's okay too, but make sure you front bend after back bends. If you guys would like more contortion tutorials, please follow me and let me know what you want to see. I also have a lot of more extreme front bending videos, so go ahead and check them out.